Alrighty. Good morning. Morning, guys. How we doing? Kevin, good morning. Carmine, Shannon, Kasim, Joe, Bernie, Robert, Jeff, Gilberto. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I'm not sure what these new I don't know if this is supposed to be like a new scam. VOR ONG. It's just nonstop. I'm not sure what that those messages are all about. They just come up everywhere now. Looks like the Russian. Is that Russian? For anyone that knows, the hell is that? What is that? Looks sort of Russian to me. I'm not sure. Not very cultured on that. But good morning, guys. How we doing? Morning. Good morning. Yeah, Nvidia to Shumbi. Yep. Looking good. So, it is a good morning, chef. Morning, chef. All right. So yesterday we got exactly what we wanted. That's what we got. Remember we talked about this on the live stream? We got exactly what we wanted. We talked about, the break above resistance, the continuation above resistance, and we are now here on the live stream the next morning, like we said we hoped we would be, looking at the market breaking through some really important levels. So we made a higher high. That's good. That's a good first step. Now, does this mean everything's going back to highs? I don't think so. I do not think that is the case. However, we need to understand that there is momentum here, and this is the first sign of some kind of shift in the market. Some type of upside that we're seeing, some type of momentum. So that is something we need to know. This isn't just out of nowhere, right? This is something that sort of set up. This isn't just a random day that we popped higher, right? This has been setting up for about a week now. If you guys focus on the charts, don't let your emotions in the way. It's very clear that the market bottomed out last week. It had a quadruple bottom at very key levels on the ES and on the NASDAQ, and it got through resistance. So this is sort of time where, like I talked about in my video last week, you guys know I put on some bullish swing trades. When I see something like that set up, I'm not going to let, outside fears of, what CNBC is saying. I'm not going to let outside fears of all these different, things going on YouTube and in my head. I'm going to take the opportunity that is presented to me. And last week, I thought, the opportunity was presenting. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy I took advantage of that. Very nice on some of the swings to the upside. And we'll see what happens, guys. Either way, I'm not, you just have to understand that this can still go either way, and you have to position yourself correctly. It's all about risk management. So, you never want to be in a situation where if one way goes, if one side of the trade goes wrong, that you get a really bad, you get a very bad loss. You never want to be in that situation. You always want to be, sort of set up for both sides. Obviously, one side would be, one side would obviously hurt. No, we're not calling last week the bottom. Absolutely not. But it was an obvious opportunity, right? This is an opportunity. There is nothing here that does not say opportunity to the upside. All right, you have a very clear bottom that formed last week. If you ignore emotions and if you just looked at this chart, right, and you didn't think about all the other stuff going on in the market, and you just said, hey, this presents a pretty good opportunity, this is a very nice support level, I believe that we are getting a possible trend change. You have to understand, guys, this did not happen for 2 weeks, right? This type of price action did not happen for 2 weeks. This right here, none of that happened. This was straight down. When you see a change like this, sometimes there is an opportunity that you have to take advantage of. No one is calling this a bottom. I am not someone that tries to call bottoms, but when I see opportunity, I take it. And that is what opportunity shows right there. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see if this continues. We'll talk a little bit about that in today's live stream. But just wanted to show you guys why this market bounced, why it happened. It was just a very clear technical hold, technical breakout. Maybe there's more upside. Maybe we come back. Either way, congratulations to anyone that took that opportunity that we saw yesterday. Very clean breakthrough, very nice upside. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. I have some more things to show you on the NASDAQ, on the ES, some really key levels that I want to share with you today to give you a better idea of what we could see. Right? So futures, as always, economic calendar and earnings. We have some earnings that are coming out this morning. You guys can see. We'll look at UPS and FedEx later in the stream. UPS and FedEx reported this morning. We also have AMD after hours, which is going to be pretty massive. PayPal, which is pretty massive. Alphabet, massive. And then we have some smaller ones: GM, Starbucks, Gilead, EA, MicroStrategy. So some big earnings today after hours, guys. Going to be a main watch. How does this affect the market? This could be a reason why we come back down. This could be a very, real reason why we come back down on the market. If all of these earnings are sort of, not optimal, then maybe that is a reason that we come back down on the market. Or on the flip side, it's a reason why this move continues. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Economic calendar today, I think, was pretty light. Let me pull it back up. I want to say one thing to everyone here without making you think I'm a delusional bullish trader. I just want to say one thing, and I understand this can go both ways. But I just want to say one thing so that people understand that are very bearish. I want to just explain one thing to you guys. So I hate saying this because it seems like I'm wrong by thinking to the upside, which even though if you just look back at history, a bullish person would be right almost every time. But I just want to explain one thing. As someone that has a very good judge of what retail investors are doing, because I have a trading community and I'm on YouTube and I see everyone's comments about the market, I can guarantee you, and I remember this day vividly, this move right here right here on the 14th of October, when we started to break out of this higher high. You guys can see this on the market. When we started to break out of this higher high back in October, you guys can see this top, and when we made that inverse head and shoulders, when we started to break out of this higher high, this is when I took my Nvidia swing trade. And I had hundreds of people tell me that this was a fake move and that this was not going to move higher. And I'm not saying that is what's going to happen this time. But I just want to get people that are very, very, one-sided or always bearish to understand that even though the market, you may think that this is fake, but the market has the capability to make a move like this that you will be either left behind or very hurt if you continue to look for downside. I just want to put that out there. For anyone that watches me, I just want to put that out there because that is a possibility. You have to understand that is a possibility. Look at what happened here back in October. Does that happen again? I don't know, but I just want to tell you guys. I want to make you aware of that possibility. Market conditions were very different. I totally agree. I agree with every opposite side that you guys will say in the chat. I totally agree. That is me coming from a place of understanding both sides. You have to understand both sides. Now, you may say, market conditions were different. Markets priced in a lot of stuff, guys. Like we know rates are increasing. We know tapering's here. There is still an opportunity if the market gets what it wants. If the market is understanding of what's upcoming, there is still possibility for a market to move higher. Just because rates are increasing does not mean we're going to go into a multi-year bear market. That is not how this works. So just understand both sides. Don't look at this and say, no, we're going back down. It's possible we don't. So just make sure you're aware. I just want to make that clear, because when I see people, either get too one-sided to either the upside or the downside, it makes you miss out on a lot of opportunity. So just come into today with an unbiased opinion. If we get more upside pressure, take the upside, because yesterday was extremely strong. So anyways, I want to get into I just want to make that point clear, because the new virus variant, I'm tired of hearing about the virus. Manufacturing PMI today, job openings, job quits, construction spending, nothing crazy. We'll see. And that's another, I don't want to get into it, guys. I'm just going to move on. There's always some kind of thing that, that you in your head, you're always trying to guess, this catalyst could cause the market to go down. This catalyst could cause the market to go down. Oh my God, this is coming out. Oh, a war's coming. Oh, or the new variant. Or, oh my God, rates are increasing, right? And through all of that, through all of those historical things that could have gone wrong, what is the natural trend of this market been for our entire lifetime? And on top of that, a lot of stocks are already down significantly, right? Some stocks are already down 60, 70%, right? So it's very easy to get sucked into the fear mongering that you see on the market. But guys, please don't look at one way. Don't try to guess what's going to happen. Don't try to guess when the next, if we're going to fall again. Just watch what's happening on the market. Yesterday was obvious. It was an obvious upside move. And if that happens again today, you have to play the upside, because there is opportunity here. It is what it is. I don't want you guys to get stuck into, worrying about what the next bad catalyst is. Anyways, everyone tries to be Michael Burry when the market starts to fall. It's totally true. It's so true. Everyone's like, oh, this is it. This is my big downside play. And then the market spikes. So just keep an open mind. Sorry if I offend everyone, but I just hate seeing it. I hate seeing people try to guess and time the market, because it just does not work. It just does not work. You have to watch what's going on in the charts. If you were someone that was unbiased yesterday, it was very easy to catch upside, because it was very clear. It's a very clear technical breakout. All right. Nvidia, AMD on watch. AMD earnings after hours. Nvidia could obviously move. Qualcomm could move. All the chip stocks could move today. Watch the chip stocks. Shopify. I think Shopify could be a fantastic opportunity. I'm definitely watching this one today. Shopify has been down so much, and this could easily come back. Engulfing green candle yesterday. Definitely watching Shopify. Walmart. Beautiful swing trade in progress. Watching Walmart. And I like it a lot. So congrats anyone that's in that. Apple is just unstoppable. Apple is 4% off the highs, guys. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, Apple is like the market's not even down. It's 4% off the highs. So watch 4%, and let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. 4% off the highs on Apple, just incredible, unstoppable. Very nice. Tesla next resistance. We'll go ahead and look at Tesla, and we'll look at where we could find some resistance. Netflix. I'm very upset about Netflix. I miss Netflix. I talked about it on the live stream yesterday. I just totally missed it. I get sort of uncomfortable with Netflix. I'm not sure why. I think I have like a trust issue trading that stock. The price action is always a little bit choppy, but just a absolutely incredible day for Netflix, and it just makes a lot of sense, right? You have a ton of institutional buying, you have just a huge sell-off, probably a little bit oversold, and you guys saw I think 11% day on Netflix yesterday, so just insane. And there obviously could be more opportunity here. So Netflix is a great watch. Qualcomm, very strong 160 retest. And then we'll look at UPS and FedEx on their earnings gap ups. So let's get started. Let's take a look at the futures contracts. So guys, where did the NASDAQ hold, right? If we zoom out and we just take a look at where the NASDAQ ended up holding, we can see very clearly that it held a very key level, right? Very, very key level. You guys can see it right here. Key level here at 13,850. Very nice, right? You get a, what is it, about a, what was the sell-off? So if, let's just say that this was a bottom. Maybe it's not, but let's just say it is. 17% drop on the market. That's a pretty hefty drop, right? That's almost into bear market territory, 20% bear market. So this is a correction, right? The market had a correction. Now, if you're someone out there that says, oh, I think the market needs to correct, you got it, right? You got your correction, you know, and there's got to be a point where the correction ends. So you got your correction on the market, a 17% drop on the NASDAQ. That's a pretty hefty drop, and we're starting to see some support come in. Right, so you got your drop, you got your week-long consolidation at a key level of 13,850, and you got your breakout higher high yesterday. Does this continue? I don't know, but I'm just going to use the price action to make my decision. So right now, if we go to the 4-hour, what you guys are going to be looking at here is your next resistance is at 15,000, right? 15,000 psychological level. That's going to be a really massive resistance level. That could be where this market stalls, right? 15,000 could be the level where the market starts to stall, the NASDAQ market. You have previous support, resistance, support, and that could turn into resistance once again. All right, if that comes into resistance, maybe we give back yesterday's move. Maybe that is a total possibility. So we have to watch 15,000 today. If we start to see 15,000 reject, that could be where we start to reject today. That could be an opportunity to the downside. Now, if we do get downside, the key thing you want to see hold today, if we do get downside, is if we hold this, we need to hold this previous high. We need to hold the 15.6 area, right? If we go to the 15-minute chart, actually, no, let's go to the hourly. If we go to the hourly chart, you do not want to see these previous highs get broken again. You want to see these previous highs turn into support. So if we do get downside, you need to see us bounce off this previous high right here. Resistance, 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 resistance. If we get a pullback, that is a key hold. If we break back below 14.6, then I would agree with everyone that thinks this market is still bearish. Yes, I would totally agree. If we break below 14.6, that is where I would say, okay, this market is still very weak. So I'm just using the price action. I'm using levels to make my decision. Yesterday and all last week, you guys know I talked about this. I said if I see the market above 14.6, I have to turn bullish because I believe that 14.6 is a strong breakout level. And if the market can get above it, I have to be bullish because that is what the market is telling me. That is what the price action is telling me. So I was bullish yesterday above 14.6. Caught some very nice trades. Now, if we do get a pullback and we break below 14.6, I have to change my bias back to being bearish because we do not want to see a previous resistance. And I don't want to see it not turn into support because it needs to if you want to stay bullish. So today, 14.6 needs to hold support. 15,000 is your huge NASDAQ level. If we get through 15K, I have to stay bullish because that is what the price action will tell me. You can clearly see it here. If we get through that 15K, there probably would be some upside, maybe to these previous levels around 15.3, and then maybe just maybe, that would be wild to see this. But 15.5, 15.6 would be a crazy move. I don't think that happens today, but maybe over the next week if we really start to heat up. But those are the next two moves, right? So 15.3 and 15.5. Those are the next two levels that I would be watching here. Right there, 1 and 2. We need to get above 15,000. So very easy today, guys, right? Very easy to sort of have your biases today. Above 15,000, I'm staying bullish. And if we drop back to 14.6 and drop, then that is pretty easy to say that we need to be back to bearish. So that's the NASDAQ. Here's the ES. And this one's even better, in my opinion. The ES is much cleaner than the NASDAQ. Now, why do I say that? Here's the daily chart, right? Let's delete this. We'll draw it once again. Here's a daily chart. Now, where did this market hold? It's pretty clean. 4,300. Right there. Look at that. 4,300, an absolutely gorgeous double bottom. Does that hold? I don't know. Is it holding now? Absolutely. It's showing me plenty of strength. If you looked at the daily chart last week, it is screaming bullish. Why is it screaming bullish? Look at the wicks on the daily chart here. Wick up, wick up, wick, wick up, wick up, and then you get your break. This is bullish candlesticks. These are bullish candlesticks. So very clean price action, I must say. I mean, it was sort of telling you what it wanted to do there. So nice wicks, nice upside. If you got your break above the 44.50 area, the next level that I would be watching on the ES is probably right around this 45.50. 45.50 is probably going to be very tough, right in this area. You can see you have previous resistance turned into support and turned into support. So if we push into 45.5, 4,550, that is going to be a very tough level. If we go to the hourly chart, we can see that we got the key breakout that we talked about here, right above 44.40, 44.50, right there yesterday. Key breakout right there. So you can see after we got that breakout, we got the continuation, and maybe this ES wants to continue to 45.5, where that would probably be a little bit difficult if we get into that 45.5 right up here, which would be 455 on the SPY, right up in there, 455 on the SPY. So watch for that push, and it's the same as the NASDAQ, right? We need to hold this level as support. If that 44.37, 44.40, or 444 on the SPY does not hold, then I would say yes, you need to turn bearish again. So just watch that. That needs to hold right there. That is an important level that you need to see hold today. Something that I want to show you, which is pretty interesting, if we go to the 5-minute chart, you can see yesterday, right in the morning, actually I posted this. I'm not going to scroll all the way back to the Discord, but if you guys are in the Discord, then you know. We were watching this consolidation right here. You guys can see this consolidation. This consolidation was right above that resistance, right? It was right there. That was very bullish to me early morning yesterday. So, yeah, I'm not going to waste your time, but right there in the early morning, you could start to see that consolidation above those previous resistance levels. And when we saw that, it sort of gave away that potential upside, because if this didn't want to hold up, it would have just, fell right back below. But yesterday, it was really holding, and it was showing a lot of strength above this resistance level, above this 44.4, 44.5, right there. Very nice hold in the morning, and then you get your continuation. So today on the ES, you need to hold 44.5, 44,450, or you have to see, will this push into 4,550? So watch that. YM. Everything did the same thing yesterday, guys. So I'm just showing you the exact same thing across every single market. It's very encouraging, in my opinion, to see this. Support. What did we hold again on the YM? I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? 1, 2, 3. Very clean. Very, very clean right there. I mean, it's just perfect. 1, 2, and 3. Look at those wicks on the YM. Look at those wicks. Look at all these upside wicks on the YM, on the Dow Jones. It's clean. It's just showing you all the buyers that are sitting here buying this market up. Very clean. So we got our push. We got above 34.7. That's where we wanted to see this break above. If we go to the hourly chart, we can clearly see it. Every market did the exact same thing, consolidated for a week, and now is breaking higher highs. Very nice. So we get a push higher. We maybe can continue, maybe we don't. The next level I would watch is around this 35.4, right at this little triple top up here, 35.400. So watch that. We got a higher high. We just need to hold a higher low now, right? We need to see at least this previous resistance turn into support. Very easy. As long as we see that, you have to stay bullish. If you break below that, then you flip your bias, right? You flip your bias back to the downside. So that's the YM. Finally, the Russell. Russell had a pretty nice day. Russell's not as strong as the rest, so I would be aware of that. The Russell did not make a higher high, right? The Russell did not make a higher high yesterday like the rest of the market. So you have this previous resistance that needs to break out right around 2040. So you need to see that breakout. This breakout is the breakout that we have seen on the other indexes, like the ES, right? You have your breakout right here. On the NASDAQ, you have your breakout right there. And on the Russell, you do not yet have that breakout. So it is still clear, guys, small caps are still underperforming. So do you want to be focused on small caps to the upside? I wouldn't be. I would be focused on the stuff that's strong right now and take advantage of it. So the NASDAQ, the ES, the Dow, all much stronger. All the large cap names, getting the money flowing back into it. The Russell is going to lag it because I don't know how many people want money in the small caps right now. So to review, guys, if you just read price action, if you don't worry about everything else going on in the world and you just read what the chart is showing you, this looks good to me. There's obvious resistance above still. You can't just be delusional to the fact that there is obvious resistance above. But if the price action shows us more strength today, we have to understand that this could be a very nice push on the market. We pulled back 17%. We got the market correction. A lot of stuff is priced in. There obviously could be stuff coming out that I don't know about, that none of us know about, which could affect this market. But you have to at least try to take an opportunity here, in my opinion. That's why I made my video last week on my 3 bullish swing trades. That's why I took the opportunity. We'll see what happens. I could be wrong, but that is my opinion right now. Good risk. You're never going to get a better risk to reward as you did from last week, right? Because it's very easy. The risk to reward was that you take a loss if you drop below these lows, and the reward is that there could be a very nice little rally here. So the risk to reward was nice. Now we need to watch 15,000 today on the NASDAQ. That's the key. All right, Nvidia. Yesterday, we talked about the 240 level, right? So we talked about that key 240 level. What did we do yesterday? We broke right above that 240 level. Right above it, perfect higher high got built yesterday on Nvidia. Really clean stuff. When I saw that 240 break intraday, you guys can see it right here. We broke it, we retested it, and we held it as support. Gorgeous. When I saw that, we went ahead and popped into some Nvidia swing trades for today. Congrats anyone in the Discord. Right here, we got into some Nvidia February 4th 250 calls. I got in at 320. I got just a small little trade. Risk to reward was there. 240 break was there. I talked about 240 on the live stream yesterday. We got our 240 engulfing candle, and after seeing that, I got into those swings. That should be a nice little money printer this morning. I'll probably take profits on it if I start to see weakness settle in. But Nvidia's up beautifully here in the morning. I was thinking about holding through AMD earnings. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm still trying to decide because I did not expect to see this move. So I'm already going to be up quite a bit on those. So I might just take it. But why did I take that? Because we broke a very key level. Why 240? If you go to the daily chart, it is an engulfing green candle, right? This is when I like to take swing trades. When I see a consolidation, when I see a break and an engulfment of all of this, price action, right? Look at that. See all this price action? You see how we engulfed all that price action yesterday? Very nice. Very, very nice. You can see it right here. Very strong engulfing green candle. When I took that, I went ahead and got the push, and I went ahead and took my shot, with an amount that I'm willing to risk. So very nice. Nvidia over 240. We have to watch this with AMD earnings today. I don't think I'm going to hold through it because I think that's just really dumb. But we have to watch it with AMD earnings. I think your next stop on Nvidia is probably up to this 257, 260 level, right in this area. That's probably where you're gonna start to hit some resistance on Nvidia today. 257, 260. If we do get that push right to these previous lows, right up in this area, 257, 260. So congrats on Nvidia, guys. AMD earnings are today, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. AMD, very nice move as well. We talked about this one off 100. Just a very clean move off 100. Look at this. So, right, nice pullback, $100 level, beautiful hold. We didn't quite get that engulfing candle that we saw in Nvidia, which is, sort of why I didn't really love this one. I liked Nvidia a little bit more. So right here, you guys can see, you see how we didn't quite engulf this price action on AMD? We didn't quite get there. Actually, no, we're there in the pre-market, actually. We're there in the pre-market. I take that back. So if we do include today's pre-market, we are now engulfing that price action. You guys can see it right here. So yesterday at close, we didn't quite get there. And you can see this does not include this morning. You can see we didn't quite get to that engulfing green candle. But in the pre-market today, we are. And that could be a watch. Now, of course, AMD has earnings. I'm not going to try to guess where this goes. Best of luck to anyone that that tries to play this. The expected move on AMD today is $7. So that's pretty big. That's like 8%, 7%, right? Not notes. All my notes for stocks. Calculator. So let's just say we close at 117. What was it? $7. So about 6% of an expected move right now on AMD. So maybe you get a push into these 127s, 130s, or you get a drop back down to like 110 or below. So $7 expected move. I'm not trying to guess what happens on AMD. What I can say and what I like to say around earnings is I think there's a better chance of a potential upside opportunity after being sold off 40% on the stock. So if AMD was at all-time highs into this earnings, then I would say, yeah, this thing's probably going down because it's very hard for a stock at all-time highs to continue after earnings. A stock that's sold off 40%, if they come out and say something good, I would say there's some type of maybe a little bit better of a shot that it goes higher. Now, that is not enough for me to put money on the line on an earnings play. That's just not enough, just trying to guess what happens. But let's see, the continuation could be beautiful. That's what I'm excited to play, the continuation move. All right, so Shopify. I think this could be a pretty monstrous opportunity for anyone that likes Shopify. I mean, this is a pretty nice sell-off. You're right back to these key levels back at 900. Look at how strong this area is, right around 900. It's sold off. What is it? What is this sell-off? It's pretty obnoxious. I mean, it's sold off 50%. Shopify, one of the stronger names on the e-commerce side of the world, sold off 50%. If you don't think a stock getting cut in half by 50% is not an opportunity for your long term or for, some long dated options, I would take away the options play. I would say this is just a great opportunity for anyone that adds Shopify to their long term portfolio. If you see a 50% drop on a stock that you like for your long term, you have to take a shot there. 50% drop from top to lows, 55%. That's absolutely wild. A stock like Shopify to drop that much is just it's a golden egg in my opinion. So you can see yesterday, you got a nice engulfing green candle here, similar to what we saw on Nvidia. It's sort of there. It's got barely above it, but it is above it. Let's see if there's any more upside here. I think this is a good watch. I'm not saying this is a stock you just go right into, but I think this is a pretty good watch because of the magnitude of how quickly this dropped and the just the overall sheer power of Shopify price action. This could have a very nice few days. So I am definitely watching Shopify here off this 900 area. Walmart. Yeah, it's up pretty nicely in the pre-market, isn't it? Yeah, holy crap, it is. Oh man. Yeah, it's up pretty nice. Wow. Yeah, it's up $30 a share in the pre-market. So yeah, definitely definitely very interesting on SHOP. I really like that. Yeah, it might be overvalued, but when you get a 50% drop, I mean, I got you guys gotta. I don't know how you can argue with a 50% a stock that's cut in half. There's got to be opportunity there. You do not see 50% drops and not have opportunity on the backside of that move ever. That always occurs. So Walmart daily chart. I love this. This swing trade's working out beautifully. I think I'm up like 35%, something like that on this Walmart swing trade. As you guys know, I made a video on this. Support. Trusting the technicals. That's all it was. All I did was trust the technicals, trust the structure. Saw a very nice structure start to get built here at 135. Pushed it to the upside. Gorgeous play. I'm going to hold on to it. You have a resistance up here at 146. And you have earnings coming up in the middle of February. If I can get an earnings run-up move here to 146, I would be very happy, man. So, love this play. It still looks good. Just wanted to update you guys. That looks awesome. So, we'll see what happens on Walmart. Apple. Insane. As you guys know, I'm in some April calls on Walmart. On Apple. Took them after seeing a little bit of hold on this market. 100 SMA held beautifully. Earnings also helped me out a little bit, of course. So I am slightly, I would say I took a small shot on a earnings play, even though I took pretty far dated expiration. I just knew I wanted to have something long dated on a stock like Apple. I'm very convicted in this stock, and I think rightfully so, guys. This stock just does not stop going up. I don't think anyone can really argue with being convicted to the upside on a stock like Apple. Apple is now 4% off the highs. 4.5% off the highs. I would have to assume probably the closest stock to all-time highs there is on the market right now. If not, very close. It's got to be up in there in the top 10 stocks on the stock market that are the closest to all-time highs again. So 4%. Apple, unbelievable. Just a incredible. You guys know I was buying shares on this entire move down. And when you buy shares on a move down like this, it does not take very much for you to go back positive. So insane move over the last 2 days. 175 on Apple, straight through this resistance like it wasn't even there. I would assume the next resistance is probably up here around 177. Bag holders on Apple. I don't think there's a single problem with having a bag holder. I will be a bag holder on Apple till the day I die. I could care less if I'm a bag holder on Apple. I don't think bag holders on Apple have been paid off for the last however long Apple has been on the stock market. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being a bag holder on Apple. You want to be a bag holder on Apple. Tell me where it sucks to own an Apple share here. I mean, tell me when. So yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with this. I don't care. So Apple, beautiful, push higher. I'm looking at 177. They got $260 billion on their balance sheet in cash. That is unbelievable. There's no other company that has that. So nice push higher, 177. Let's see what happens. Just an incredible stock. If you guys are looking to make trades, if you're new to the market, trade Apple, please. It has a very good tendency to go higher. So Tesla. All right. Tesla. So 800. You guys can see a very nice hold at 800 here. So you guys can see right here. Yeah, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft bag holder for life. Absolutely. I agree, Eric. So 800 on Tesla. Very nice hold. It's in a strange place. It's in a very strange place, isn't it? It's hard to read this one. It's really hard to read this one. There's some intraday levels here and there, but there's not much structure on the market much. So, I mean, you can say maybe around this 960, up 35 on Walmart. Great call. Nice, Roderick. Well done, man. An adult beverage, sure. 960 is probably where I'm going to be watching on Tesla today, guys. Watch that 960 today. You can see right here, We have that previous resistance that I would assume comes into resistance again, right? I would probably think that there is some resistance in that area, 960s. Or yeah, you got 943 in the pre-market. You are up nicely in the pre-market. So I'm going to watch that 960. If we get a push into there, that would be, that would probably be where I'd be a little bit careful. That could be a potential rejection point if we continue to trade within this channel. If we do get that breakout, maybe you get a push into this here, right into this. Yeah, this is like right at 1,000. It's like 996, 1,000. So right in there. You have Google earnings today. That might be why are you getting a big push on Google today? So you guys can see right here, 1,000 is probably your next stop. So 960 and then 1,000. Those are the two levels I'd watch today, 960 and 1,000. I would be shocked to see us get through 1,000 today. That would be pretty incredible. I don't think that happens. So just watch out, 1,000, 960. Those are the two levels. If you start to see us reject here, then look for that downside. Yeah, I mean, you're also in resistance right now, right? You're also in resistance. You're sort of just in this chop right now. So Tesla, anywhere from now to 960 could easily reject, right? They could easily reject. So just be careful there, guys. The risk to reward is not as great as it was, right, on Tesla here. It's a little bit more difficult, right? Right back here off this 800, that's a little bit better of a risk to reward. Up here, you're getting a little bit, the margin's sort of not there as much. So just be careful on Tesla today. Let's see. We just gotta sort of, read the price action. Let's see how it looks. Yesterday's price action was very strong. Netflix. This one hurts. This one really hurts because I was watching Netflix all pre-market with you guys and, at market open, and I just didn't believe that it had this strong of a move in it. Which I should have, because there's everything going for it. You have a huge stake being taken in it. Bill Ackman took a 3.1 million share stake, which is like, that's got to be a couple $1 billion. And the CEO's buying. You got a huge drop on the stock off earnings. It just screams for opportunity, right? I mean, it was down 33% from the pre-earnings levels. So huge move. Just had a really hard time trusting it. Should have trusted it above this 414. That should have been where I felt a little bit safer. You can see after we broke above 414, which was the last structure point before the big drop, you can see we got that little grind higher. So if we go to the 15-minute, actually, you know what? Let's go 5-minute. You can see here, right around this 414, look at what started to happen. Look at what started to happen at 414. Look at this chop, consolidation, nice bullish candles to the upside, and then you got your move, right? After that 414 breakout. That's where I should have trusted it. Just had a, really, I just didn't trade it right. I just messed up. So, yeah, I'm a shareholder of Netflix, so I'm happy to see that, but obviously I'm still down on it after this move. But let's see. I mean, does this gap fill? I don't know. I haven't seen a stock like this actually gap fill in a long time. Like, we've seen big gaps on earnings. For example, I always use this Zoom example. Look at what Zoom did, right? It gapped down. Everyone thought they could play the gap up, the gap fill, and this is what ended up happening. Snapchat, same thing. Look, gap down on earnings. Everyone thought they could play the gap back and fill the gap. Look at what happened. Right? I haven't seen a stock actually fill its gap in quite some time. Maybe it happens here. This could be a fantastic watch. Definitely keep an eye on Netflix, guys. We talked about it yesterday. Congrats to anyone that took it yesterday after we talked about it here on the live stream. Qualcomm. Qualcomm's an absolute beast of a stock. It continues to be, and I'm very impressed by this name. This is one of the stocks that is, right back near its highs as well. So let me go ahead and see. What is this off its highs right now? I mean, it can't be much. Let's just grab like 193. It's 9% off its highs. So it's up there as well as one of the better stocks that are holding. Qualcomm. Look at what we got yesterday, guys. Look at this beautiful break and retest right here. This is classic break and retest. Previous resistance, break, retest, hold it as support. That's beautiful stuff. So I would love to see if Qualcomm can continue here. because that is a really nice hold, both at that previous retest. Let me get a little bit more time here. Right there, that previous retest right here, holding it as support. You guys can see, nice little bottom here, like 4 beautiful wicks back to the upside. And on top of that, the 100 SMA. Look at that 100 SMA holding us as support right there. So that's really nice. That's some nice stuff. You are up to 177 in the pre-market, totally engulfing this price action. I really like this move. So really nice retest. Maybe you see this push back to the upside. I would keep an eye on Qualcomm. This is a really strong move on Qualcomm. All right, last but not least, UPS and FedEx. Earnings this morning on UPS. We can see here in the pre-market a very strong move on earnings. United Postal Parcel Service shares trading higher, better than expected Q4 EPS and sales. Issued full year 2022 sales guidance above estimates. That is massive. That is why this stock is going higher. It doesn't even matter about the beat. What matters here is that the full year 2022 sales guidance is above estimates. That is massive, and that is why you're seeing this massive move on UPS. I'm just going to say it now. If you start seeing companies guiding higher for 2022, you are going to see a very quick bounce on this market. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But if you see that, just know if you start to see stocks come out with increasing guidance, this market is going to rally. So just know that. So huge move on UPS because of their guidance. Why is FedEx moving? It's because it's a sympathy play. This is a sympathy play because they believe that FedEx should have similar results as UPS. If UPS is going higher, FedEx should move higher as well. If AMD reports good guidance today and has increased guidance for 2022, Nvidia should move higher. Qualcomm should move higher, right? Those stocks are correlated. They are sympathy plays. So UPS increasing guidance, that's massive, and that is why FedEx is moving higher as well. Definitely watch these two today, guys. Could be some very nice continuation. Don't be scared, that you missed the earnings play. Look for that price action. If the price action is there, there could be some opportunity. All right. So if you guys could take 1 second and press the like button for me, that would be great. If you've been enjoying this live stream, if hopefully I don't upset anyone, I'm just being honest with you guys about everything that's on my head. I like to be myself here. I like to be myself. I don't like to hide for anything or tone down anything. I like to be honest and transparent. So let's go ahead and do some of the tickers that you guys want to see today. So let's go ahead and start. We did Walmart. We did Tesla. Let's go ahead and do the rest. So if you guys can take 1 second, press that like button. So the first one is Ford. Ford held a key level. I remember us talking about this. So Ford held this level right here. That's what I would be focused on Ford. Does Ford have another big move like this? I don't know, guys. This was just a very big momentum play. This was a very big momentum play on Ford. So, the momentum may not come back. So does this sort of trade sideways for some time? Yeah, it could. It could. So just be aware of that. It needs to hold this $19 level and does the momentum come back? That might be tough. So you got to see that momentum come back. Let me go back. Let me go to the daily chart on let me go to the daily chart on UPS and Ford on FedEx 'cause I didn't really go through that. All right, so where are we at? We're at 221. I mean, we're at all-time highs, aren't we? Is this all-time highs on UPS? Let me get some more time. I think this is all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, can it get through all-time highs? Maybe. I mean, that's tough for me to say. But yeah, I mean, it's at all-time highs. So just be careful of that. Right here around 24. That's previous all-time highs. You're through it right now. So just see if it holds it as support. FedEx. FedEx is not anywhere near all-time highs. You're at 254. Yeah, so I mean you're still well off on FedEx. You are at some resistance here. Maybe you get a push up to like the 260s. You guys can see this is on actually a pretty nice uptrend here. Look at this little uptrend. Right there. So that's a nice little uptrend on FedEx. Maybe it pops above 255, maybe runs to 266, but be careful of that. We already went over every single thing you're spamming in the chat. Nvidia, SPY, and QQQ. Planet Fitness. We're looking at Planet Fitness, huh? I don't know. That's my answer to you. This price action is not something I'm very interested in. Just watch out for 88.90 area here. Looks like a really tough level. I don't know how Planet Fitness performs in this market. I mean, maybe you have a little bit of a little ascending wedge here, ascending triangle. Maybe 88.90. I've never seen this stock before. I don't really know. I'm probably not the person to ask. But just watch 88.90 here. This is a really obvious resistance, 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 resistance. It looks like this stock gets very beat down above this level. You can see, look at how beat down it got when you got above 88 and 90. So this is probably not a good risk to reward for upside. This is probably the worst risk to reward you could have for upside here, because every single time it's up here, it gets beat down. Yeah, I don't know. Take a look at Apple. Zim Integrated Shipping Services. How do you guys get in? How do you guys even see these stocks? I don't know how you even find them. So yeah, I mean, this is on a nice uptrend. I'll say that. This is on a nice uptrend. Just see if you can. If I was to trade a stock in this trend, I would only be buying it if I saw it come back to the trend. Look how clean it is on this trend, right? Where would you rather buy this, right? I'd rather be buying here. 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 I don't want to be buying here or here or here or here or potentially here, right? I want to be buying at the trend. So I would wait for the trend. I would wait for the trend. FCX. I don't know, guys. I'm just doing what the people put in here. I can't help that. FCX. Maybe a 38 rejection here. Just watch 38. You guys see resistance, 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 all of this choppy resistance, and maybe a stop here at 38. So watch 38 here. Watch that 38 resistance on FCX. UAL. Yeah, you're at that support area, right? This could be an opportunity. However, I'll tell you one thing about airlines. They just don't provide much upside. The airlines just haven't provided much upside, right? I mean, maybe you get a push into 48, but it's just a very small range to be trading in. They're just not really getting any type of real momentum. So maybe, yes, I totally agree. You could probably take a trade off this little bottom here and try to play this back to the upside. But just be careful because it's just not very strong. Airlines in general. All right, Google, and then I'm going to do Boeing, and then we're going to jump out of here. So Google is just Google, guys. It's going to recover. I can tell you that. I mean, it's Google. There's going to be a time where it recovers. It has earnings today. Maybe it drops off earnings, but either way, I think Google has a really strong, it continues to be a strong stock. I don't think Google's going anywhere. So you guys can see we got a, resistance here at 2670. We did pop above that yesterday. You have earnings today, guys. So what do you want me to tell you? I really can't tell you what happens today. You got earnings today. Anything can happen. Anything I say here is just totally irrelevant. 120 is the expected move. So that's about 5%. A little bit less than 5%, actually. So $120 is priced in, is priced in right now. So that's a 4.4% priced in that Google. All right, last but not least, before we get out of here, Boeing, AMC. Yeah, sure, I'll look at it for you. Boeing, so you got some news yesterday on Boeing, which is good. You just need to, guys, I wouldn't trade Boeing until you get above this wedge. You can buy it. If you do ever want to buy it, it is now, right? It is down at the downside here. I wouldn't be a buyer up here. But for me personally, I need to see like a actual break here, like an actual higher high, something that really proves Boeing is out of this channel, something like this. Let me wait till this actually happens. That's what I'm waiting for, because it's just sort of a really slow downside grind. But there is news. Maybe there's a catalyst. Maybe you can catch some upside to the top of this trend, maybe up here at around 220. But as of right now, I just would be careful in this channel. But, you know, you can take a look. AMC. Nothing looks good about this stock. Not a single thing. And, you know, maybe you can trade it off 14, and maybe there's a pump. But that is not something that I would be. I'm looking at AMC, Shen, because someone donated to the channel for it. So AMC, you guys can see 14 again. Maybe there's a short-term pump, but I can almost guarantee you it's going to fall again. This is not somewhere that people are putting money. When you see a stock moving lower like this, this is a continuous decline of cash. This is just people selling shares, and every single pop they get, they are going to sell more shares. Every single pop they get, they are going to sell more shares. All right? Even if it's up to 16, it's probably even better of a reason to be selling shares. So it's up in the pre-market for whatever reason, and you can already see it's probably going to get sold into. Resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. You guys got to understand, these are all people that are bag holding this stock. Any pop they get, they are going to sell this off. Any pop they get, sell. Any pop they get, sell. That's how this works. People are liquidating their positions here. No one wants to be in AMC. And if you do, you're just lying to yourself. AMC. All right. PayPal. We'll look at it real quick. They have earnings today. There's no reason for me to look at stocks that have earnings, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, no one knows. And if you try to guess, you could be wrong. So just watch PayPal here at 170. Maybe it pops to 199, but I can't really, there's no reason for me to do analysis on a stock that has earnings. It's just a waste of time. $10 expected move. You do what you want to do. There's just no reason to do analysis on stocks that have earnings. All right, guys. Have a fantastic day. Press the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to go head over to the Discord. If you want to check out the Options Insider merchandise, trend is your friend, transitory, take profits. Go to the website, options-insider.com/merch. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Press that like, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.